Originally, when we started construction of the main entrance on the east side, which was late October, early November, late September, early October, our time frame was to complete construction of that before the gem show this year. We wanted access, ingress and egress to the convention center through that entrance. Unfortunately, in late November, right before Thanksgiving, we had a construction issue that we have now dealt with successfully, where we found that there were some support structures called caissons that we were relying on to support the new building, that we were the additional load that we were putting on the building. They weren't there. When we excavated our elevator pit, because we're adding a new elevator and a new escalator on that end, the caissons that we were relying on weren't there. And this was done 20 years ago when the building was built, and they were shown on the as-built drawings that we were provided to be there. We then found out that there were an additional 6 caissons that were on a little bit further north but we were also relying on them. They were just about 20 feet further north of the first one we found missing that also weren't there. Now, no risk to the existing building. The building wasn't going to fall down or anything like that. But the problem was that we were relying on those. We're putting an extra load, additional weight-bearing load on that. And so we needed those. That delayed us by a little over 2 months. So now what we're looking at is a substantial completion of that entrance, probably around mid-April to late April. Okay, the cost to fix the what we call the missing caisson issue was $279,000, and we funded it entirely from monies that are available, current project and current design period funding. So we did not have to go back to the city and ask for any additional general fund money.
Okay, terrific.
It's a process. The city will actually give their authority to sell the bonds, and then they will work with their investment bankers and financial advisors who will work with rating agencies and get the bonds rated, and it'll all depend on the capital plan, which we're in the process of formulating very soon and updating, and I guess updating is a better word because we've already presented one capital plan to the district and the city. We'll have an updated capital plan that'll go to the city. They will vote on it because the bonds for the hotel do require some city support. They're not Rio Nuevo bonds in and of themselves anymore. At one time they were, and we can discuss that some more. There will be some city support for these bonds. Once that's identified and how that's going to be put together, then City Council will vote to move forward with the project. And when they do, then we have to put the investment bankers and the financial advisors into play and get them going out to actually sell the bonds. The process will probably take about 60 days from the day we get the authority from the city to sell the bonds until they're actually sold and you start construction. Actually, what will actually happen is the timeline that we're under right now is to get a guaranteed maximum price to the city around mid-April. That's the current time frame we're on. The city council, the district and the council have to work with that guaranteed maximum price. They have to look at the capital plan, which is a combination of the study that's being done by HVS, which is Hospitality Valuation Services. That's a third-party market study for the hotel. And there's an additional economic impact study that's being performed by a company called CSNL, Convention Sports and Leisure. That's following the HVS report. Those will all be a part of the capital plan because the district and the council have to see the overall economic impact of this project on the city and the region before they can make a meaningful decision on how to move forward, when to move forward. And when they do that, when the city gives the nod to go forward, that should be happening sometime around May, June timeframe. So then we got to go 60 days out. So we're actually looking at selling the bonds and starting construction probably in August or September.